What's up, y'all? PG Corners back with another video. The day has finally arrived. My NGC submission from the fun show got here today. Originally, I had planned on doing on-site grading, but we ended up attending, the first day we were there was Friday, and on their website it said, cutoff, subject to change, check with associates at the desk. Well, you know, the dealers show up early. They've got bulk submissions. Thursday, there was like 6,000 or 7,000 people waiting in line, so I'm sure they got overwhelmed very quickly. So by the time we got there, they're like, yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore. But we got it. Didn't take that long. So let's see if I can open this up without messing with this tripod and without damaging the coins inside. Oh, come on. Cut away from your body. Even if your hand's in the way, guys. Surely I can rip this open. Good Lord. Well, kudos to NGC for safe packaging. Alright, I'm going to try to not reveal these to myself as I'm unpackaging these. Let's do that right there. Got a copy of the submission form. All right, let's start with this. All right, got a New Orleans Morgan. It's okay. 62. Honestly, I'm not gonna cry about any of this. I mean, this is my first submission. You know, I'm still learning the ins and outs of so-called cherry picking. So I'm not gonna cry over spilt milk, if you will. All right, we got another O. Reverse cleaned, which, I mean, honestly, I can't really argue with that. I mean, when these are bought, they're bought in flips, and honestly, I just kind of get hypnotized. I don't really fondle them outside of the flips at all, which obviously I need to get better at doing. And then also, jeweler's loops are readily available. Magnifying glasses are readily available. I have a jeweler's loop, local coin shop I bought these from. They've got all kinds of magnification. All right, I think this is, oh, come on now. It's a PL, I'm hoping. Okay. 820 MS62 PL. Oh, I messed that one up. Anyways, the 78S reverse spot removed. I'm assuming it's right next to the eagle's head is what they're referring to. I don't know, I'll get that under some magnification and see if that's what the disconnect is. Okay, It's a 1918 Illinois commemorative. A55. Man, I didn't have a whole lot of high hopes for this. It's a pretty crusty original. I mean, next to no luster whatsoever. Alright, what else we got? Got an 86 Silver Eagle. Artificial toning. And that's something that honestly I've not taken the time to look into. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy methods of measurement for the different types of toning and what causes them. But I don't know. Gotta start somewhere. Can't take an elephant in one bite. You gotta take small bites. There's another 86. Artificial toning, man, that's stinky poo poo. But that's just how it goes. All right, last one. This was what prompted me to even consider sending things off. This was probably one of the most eye-appealing Morgans that I had seen. These rim dings were kind of concerning. I didn't know if that was going to get some details grade or not. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. I mean, that makes it a little bit better. I mean, honestly, this paid for the grading. I'll be honest. I'm going to get some opinions on potentially sending this to CAC because the gray sheet CPG, the 67 CAC jumps up about $600 or $700. I think CPG for just a standard 67 is like 12 or 13, and then it jumps up to about 19. But you know, that's retail. I'm not gonna get that if I try to take it to a local coin shop. I mean, on eBay all day, and then you know, the right person on the Facebook group or something. I don't know. But I mean, honestly, is it amazing? No, not really. I was expecting a little better than that, but you know, if all else fails, I mean, the price of silver is just going to continue to go up. So that discrepancy of buy-in versus end result is going to, you know, decrease as time goes on. And then also, they're not unattractive coins. So these could easily be cracked out to fill, you know, a book. You know, if you're looking for specific dates, I mean, these are not by any means key dates. I mean, with the exception of the 86 Eagles, it was the first year that they popped those bad boys out. I believe the 86 and the 96 are considered the key dates for that series. But then these Morgans are, you know, regular schmegular. Honestly, this was the first time I had ever seen a Lincoln commemorative. Let's see if I can pick this up. It's got a little bit of, ow, I hit the freaking stand. It's got a little bit of toning. And it's kind of masked by the original finish and surfaces, if you will. I mean, it's not a bad looking coin by any means, but this, I mean, obviously is what I'm most proud of. I mean, it's got pretty striking eye appeal. It's got a decent amount of luster, and then it's got a tinge of rim toning, and I am absolutely glad to know that these little dings in the rims are not enough to get a rim damage details grade. I mean, honestly, I might end up just donating those 86s to the young numismatists. The Collin County Coin Club, they, take donations for, Whitman folders and coins and whatnot. So I might end up doing that with those. I'm not, super attached to those. Honestly, between Perth Mint, rounds and coins, and Morgans, I think I've picked my poison, if you will. I'm definitely a sucker for a nice Morgan. Now I just got, gotta get better at going over everything with a fine-tooth comb. And, there's literature to help me with that. I believe there's a book that is actually called The Cherry Picker's Guide. So, I don't know. That's about all I got. I'll end with this. It's Psalm 61 verse 2. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. The Lord is our refuge. He calls us to cast our burdens on him, for his yoke is easy and his burden is light. And that is absolutely easier said than done. I personally struggle with trying to figure things out myself. I'm not good at asking or receiving help in my day-to-day life. So submitting and humbling myself to my Heavenly Father, that's certainly been a learning curve. All right, y'all. God bless.